people, but
Try to
haven't.
reach out to oh crap, what's his name? He played the Shape in the original Halloween. I just talked to him at Pensacon. What the hell's his name?
Nick Castle?
Nick Castle. Yeah.
Yeah, I could, but I don't know if he even has like a public email out there anywhere. And then that's a 70-year-old we're trying to explain Zoom to. But
I haven't heard from Darcy yet either, and she's been on some other podcasts, and she talks about how nervous she is to do podcasts. So maybe I should send her another message and be like, "Hey, we're easy to talk to, and we're not going to make you look
right.
bad."
Yeah. No, we're extremely comfortable with everything.
Yeah.
But no, I've just it's so hard to find like actors' emails because actors just don't get booked like that, like
Yeah.
comedians do. Like a comedian's email is plastered everywhere.
Yeah.
And everyone I've reached out to so far, I've heard like crickets from. So I might try to book like some local people who are horror related.
All right. That works.
So like Mike and Jen wanted to come on. The Innsmouth Rag, obviously,
Yeah.
they do. Pickle apparently was a paranormal investigator for a while.
Really?
Yeah,
Who
so he
was?
DM'd me and he was like, I was a paranormal investigator in New Orleans.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I was like, we'll definitely talk about
Let's
that.
do that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, so I might book a few local people and hopefully I'll get someone famous on, but I still have to keep emailing people. It's
Yeah.
fucking, it's a hard job, man.
Welcome to podcasting.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's like if we wanted to do a whole month of comedians, I could get that lickety split, but it's like actors who are horror related
Yeah.
specifically, like, yeah, it's a bit tough.
Well, we'll keep digging. What's up, Rampage in chat room? Chat room.
Did you say in the trash room?
Yeah, I said trash
Oh,
room. That's
holy
that's our
shit!
chat room. Is the trash room.
In the trash room, talk some shit, Bubba.
All right. I guess we can go ahead and start, and we'll just ramble.
All right, man.
All right, here we go. Three, two, one. That music can only mean one thing. It is time for the Open Micers podcast. My name is Jason Robbins.
I'm Jacob Craig, and we're coming at you on Labor Day. How dare we labor on this day, Jason Robbins?
I don't know. We're supposed to be taking it easy, and we're recording multiple episodes today. I think.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. Did you at least get the day off of work?
Yeah, I got the day off. Spent
That's
it
good.
doing stuff, but you know.
What all did you do today?
I went and had a Dynasty buffet, and went grocery shopping. Went to Goodwill.
Well,
And
that's not doing stuff. That's fun stuff.
I got upset at Goodwill because I'm a video game collector, like retro games. I found some cool PS2 games I was going to pick up, and it was like the Scooby-Doo game and Need for Speed, and neither of them had the right CD in them. So I'm like,
Oh,
well, that sucks. I would have bought these.
yeah, you would think that people at Goodwill would have the common sense to like open it and see if it's the fucking thing the case says.
Yeah, at least
But
look at it before you charge $4 for it.
yeah, or just give it straight to the homeless.
Yeah, they have
Just cut the
PS2s.
middleman.
Yeah, they have PS2s under the bridge. I'm sure they're playing Need for Speed under there.
Dude, being homeless sounds great. Just out there doing LAN parties on PS2.
Yeah, they can't afford the internet. They got to do the LAN parties.
Right. If someone watches your screen, you can just cut them with a rusty can opener. Being homeless is fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, this is homeless guy. Like, there's a homeless population in Ocean Springs now,
Oh yeah.
and behind the Rouse's supermarket, I guess they were a couple months ago. They were back there like clearing it out because they're putting in some like new buildings and stuff, and they found
Mhm.
like a whole homeless village back in the woods behind
Oh,
there.
dude. I'm about to blow your mind, Jason Robbins.
Hmm.
So this was a few years ago. I don't know if I've told the story on the podcast before. I don't think I have. But a few years ago, I was eating at McDonald's with my girlfriend, and like during my meal, ironically, my blood sugar went low. Like I checked my blood sugar with my meter, and it was low, and it was like a bad one. So I could barely stand. So I was like, hey, can you like come with me up here and like help me order because I can like barely stand up right now. And so we left our table, ordered some ice cream. So I come back to the table with a McFlurry,
Hmm.
and my black meter bag is gone. And I noticed in my peripheral vision some guy come in walking really fast with a backpack and then just like exiting out the back door. And I was like, huh, that was weird. Turns out that was a homeless guy who came in the front door, walked through, stole my black meter bag, and just walked back out of the McDonald's and fucking disappeared into thin air. Because
Jesus.
like 10 minutes later, I went outside looking for that motherfucker, drove around Ocean Springs for a little bit before I called the cops to see if I could just kick his ass and get my shit back. And then we ended up having to call the police. And as I was talking to the cop, he knew exactly who I was talking about. He's like, yeah, he like goes through the trash cans over there at the Circle K sometimes, and he lives in the woods back here by these McDonald's with the rest of the homeless people. I
Yeah,
was like, what the fuck are you talking
because
about?
I could see not too long ago over by where the Rouse's is, and like nobody knows where this shit is. I'm talking like people listening know where this stuff is, but like behind the
Yeah,
subway, you could like look into the woods and see like tents and stuff, like
yeah,
people living back there. And now that they don't have the homeless village, they're everywhere. They're just like on the corners begging for money. They're like hanging out in front of all the stores, like walking around everywhere. And I'm like, man,
no,
we need to have some sort of like homeless place near here so we can have some people off the streets. That'd be nice.
we definitely need a homeless shelter. But you've noticed that they're mostly in front of that McDonald's and Walmart, right?
Oh yeah, they're always there, always begging for
And
money.
and that's because they have another little village that's behind the McDonald's that they use like wooden boards to cross like this little like ditch river that runs through there. I guess if you live in Mississippi, you know about a ditch river.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it's
we
a
got
ditch
ditch.
just full of fucking
That's all
water.
we have is ditch rivers.
Yeah, ditch river, name of the episode. Make a note of that. But yeah,
Ditch
they
river.
lay planks across these ditch rivers to fucking get like way back there. And apparently it's so dangerous the police will not even go back there. The
Really?
cop, yeah, dude, the cop was like, yeah, I know where he lives, but I just for my personal safety, I can't go back there and get it for you. Because they will swarm the fucking police if they come back there.
What?
It's so insane, dude.
That's
Like
insane.
it's apparently a population so large that the police cannot dare enter their fucking domain or they'll have to answer three riddles for their lives. Like it was crazy. So he had to just he got my shit back for me, the cop did. He just like posted up at the Circle K for a little bit and found the guy and was like, hey, give me that fucking black bag back. And he's like, okay. And that's
Yeah,
just
I don't. I'm not. I don't want people to think we're like making fun of homeless people. I'm not. Like I have empathy for homeless people, but there just seems to be like a lot lately, a lot more than there used to be.
yeah, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just because our state's so poor. But like there's a thing for a while too. So the city of Ocean Springs, I don't know if they stopped doing this or not. They like mandated their police to where if they see a homeless person like wandering, they're supposed to pick them up and drive them to Van Cleve and drop them off. So for a while, just like at the entrance of Van Cleve, we would have just a bunch of homeless people not knowing what the fuck to do and where the fuck they are because a cop just picked them up and dumped them into a worse place.
Wow.
It's like at least you have a hope in Ocean Springs. Like someone in a Salt Life shirt will give you $20 for a pair of shoes, but here in Van Cleve, dude, you're as poor as everyone else. Like
Yeah, you get
I'm
dropped off in Van Cleve, somebody's gonna kill you for like moving in on their meth territory.
Dude, I'm one medical bill away from being homeless. Like, you're not gonna get anything from us, dude. Like, we're better off moving out of our houses and joining you.
Yeah, for people that don't live along the Gulf Coast or live in anywhere near Mississippi, I don't know. I mean, I've been all around the United States, so I don't know if it's like this everywhere else. But you'll have like the center of town, like you've got Ocean Springs, Biloxi, Gulfport. They're all next to one another along the coast. So there's rarely any like open space between them. They're just like town to town to town, But
Yeah,
you go north and like as soon as you hit like there's like the interstate I-10 that runs through South Mississippi along the Gulf Coast. Anything above that is just wilderness territory. Like you don't have any need to go up that way for anything. And it's all
no,
like poor people and meth labs. Like you just don't go up there.
yeah, like I could get a job 2 towns over in Moss Point or D'Iberville and drive only 20 minutes. But you start getting into North Mississippi, and it's like you better watch your gas tank because if you run out of gas, you're fucking 10 miles away from the nearest gas
Yeah, no
station.
shit. Unless you're on like a main road. If you're on like back roads, you're screwed if you run out of gas.
Yeah, I have some cousins that live in North Mississippi, and I swear to God, like the only place they have to eat up there is awards, just in the middle of nowhere. They have awards, and I don't know even know if they have a gas station. Like,
Dude, like we went in Falls from Grace, we had a show years ago, probably about 2012, roughly around there. We were playing a lot of shows in different states and like going up to like Little Rock.
yeah,
And I think we had some shows in Little Rock, Arkansas, and some places around there. And then half of us were headed back, and we had some techs with us, and some. Of course, we had our roadie, a couple of roadies that were taking turns driving and stuff, and me and a couple other people were bringing the equipment back with us with the roadies and everything. So we had my friend Malcolm, who was my drum tech for that little stint. He's like a 6'8" black guy with dreads. He's like 300 pounds. And then you've got a couple other people that are just rocker looking dudes, like covered in
yeah.
tattoos, like that type of people. And we wanted to visit the Crossroads. Do you know what the Crossroads is?
No.
It's where supposedly Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil in order to be able to
Oh,
play guitar. And Robert Johnson's like a legendary blues guitarist who is basically the basis for rock and roll. Like his whole persona of like, made the deal with the devil, and he came out with this like weird guitar style that nobody could ever mimic. Like he could play like three people at the same time. And like it's a really cool story if you go just dig into that. And so, but the story goes is he was at the Crossroads, and there is this barbecue joint. It's this just small little town in North Mississippi, and at the Crossroads, it's like a modern day four-way stop now. There's like a Walgreens on one corner, gas station
hell
on the
yeah, dude.
other, and
That's the
then
devil's
the
Walgreens.
place that he was supposedly sitting at was this barbecue joint, and supposedly he was like sitting, and they even have like a plaque on the wall that said like here Robert Johnson was here when he waited for the devil to show up, and he was sitting outside on like a milk crate eating one of our barbecue sandwiches and drinking a Barks root beer or something like that when the devil showed up. That's how they kind of like get people like stupid tourists like us in there. So we went in to eat, and it was like five of us. We're all just like grungy rock dudes that just walked in. Not only that, but like an almost 7 foot tall black guy with dreadlocks down to his ass. Like he's the only black guy in like, a 50-mile radius of this
Yeah,
town.
like enough to notice.
And we walk into this barbecue place, and I swear to God, it was like a movie. Like we walked in, and you could actually audibly hear a record scratch, and like every head in the place turned to look at us. Like I never felt so alien in my
Yeah.
life. But we ate. It was good food, and they were nice to us. But
So my question is like, what do you do when you're just eating a barbecue sandwich and drinking a root beer and the devil shows up? Like, do you offer him some?
I don't know. Like, well, I guess the only thing the devil wants is your soul. But does the devil eat? Like, could you offer him a barbecue sandwich instead of your soul for something? Like, what would you get for a barbecue sandwich?
I mean, me personally, I feel like my soul pretty much would taste like a barbecue sandwich. So I think he would be good with me either way. So you can take my barbecue sandwich soul and I'll go and get you some French fries from inside just to complete the
maybe
whole meal.
maybe we should go to the crossroads and wait for the devil and ask him like, what do we get? I don't want to give you my soul because that's like the thing is, if you sell your soul to the devil, like you'll get the fame and the fortune, but you'll also have like equal bad shit happen to you. Like it's a
Yeah.
price
Or
to
you'll die
pay.
in like 5 years.
Yeah, well, that's what happened to Robert Johnson. Like he was dead within like 3 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Had like a horrible life, even though he was famous. But I'm wondering, like, if we wait for the devil and offer him a barbecue sandwich and a root beer, like, what do we get for that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's at least brownie points for when we get down there. It's like, yo, my dude.
I mean, what else would the devil want? Like some lotion? I don't know.
I mean, he probably is ashy.
Yeah.
So, Jason, you revealed to me a discovery about yourself that you've made lately in
Uh-huh.
a text message. Would you like to tell the people what it is that you've possibly potentially discovered?
What did I do? I don't know what you're talking about.
You texted me this the other day.
Hold on, let me
Here, let me
pull
go back through our text messages. Dick pic, dick pic, dick pic, dick pic. Oh, here it is. I just took an autism quiz and it says I have a third of the symptoms. I may be on the spectrum.
And then I wrote, I like trains.
I was gonna leave that part out for your sake.
I
So
do
do
like
you
trains, though. That's not a lie.
so do you potentially think that you're on the spectrum?
I've always kind of thought I was because I've always had like social anxiety and I like to be alone a lot. Like I like to be by myself and just do weird things like organize my video games and
Yeah.
I get real OCD about certain things like cleaning my video games or my music or like CDs and stuff like that. Like I'll get in these like zones by myself where I'll just like spend hours like just doing hyper focused stuff. And like I said, I've always been like socially awkward. Like I'm always sticking my foot in my mouth. I'm always weird around people. Like I never know what to say in certain
Yeah.
situations. Like when people get really emotional around me, I'm just like, you want some toast or something? I don't know how to act.
So what kind of quiz did you take?
Well, I just typed in Google like, how
Oh
do you
no,
how do
I
you
thought
know
this was legit.
how do you know if you're on the spectrum? And like I took to this like place that gave me a quiz. It was like 30 questions I had to answer.
Okay. So I feel like I should take the same quiz and see what happens.
I don't know which one it was I took. Just Google autism test or so. I don't even remember what I Googled. Hold on. Maybe it's still in
Autism
my
test.
Google.
Let's see. Online test for adult autism, clinical partners.
Oh, I put in how to tell if you are neurodivergent.
Okay. How to tell if you are neurodivergent. Neurotypical, all you need to know, and more. Healthline. Uh, how to know if you're neurodivergent and what to do next. Free online neurodivergent tests and quizzes. Exceptional individuals. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that one. Because we had this, okay, ADHD test, Asperger's test, autism test. So I'll take the autism test. Because I had this close call a few months ago, and I asked our doctor friend, Dr. Benarsi,
Yeah.
if he thinks I could possibly be autistic, and he said no, more likely brain damage. But I would like to see, because if either of us is autistic, like you would guess it would be me, right?
Probably. I mean, you're way more socially adept than I am.
That's true. Um, yeah, it's weird though because like in certain situations, I'm 100% the life of the party if I'm comfortable. But like, so like in high school, right? Like I would have two classes where I was the class fucking clown and everyone was laughing their asses off at me. And then I would have two classes where I just sat quietly in the back because I just didn't know anybody and I was out of my comfort zone and I just wanted to do math and fucking kill myself. I don't know. What else do you do in school? Let's see. I prefer to do things with others rather than on my own. Definitely disagree. I'm a fucking loner for sure.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is I like to be alone a lot. Like just
And
being around people stresses me out.
yeah, and I'm the kind of person too where it's like I'm just so introverted. Like I have enough going on in my head where I don't need outside stimulus that much
Yeah.
because I can just like I mean that's why I love writing so much because I can just write and create my own little world and I don't have to fucking put I don't need anyone's input about it. It's just this is mine. I don't even have to share it with anybody.
Yeah.
I can just like vent all of my thoughts.
And when
Yeah,
I
I
am
mean that's
around
just
people, I feel like I repeat myself a lot when I'm in groups of people because I feel like if there's like a lull in the conversation, it's like it's very awkward and I can't handle it. So I'm like always repeating myself about stuff
mm.
and I don't like that about myself.
Yeah, I've noticed that about you too. I just thought that that was like an what do you call it?
Like a
An
nervous tick or
an eccentricity. Is that a word?
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, an eccentricity. Just like that's just like something that you do. Like I didn't think it was weird.
Oh,
I was just
well,
like, yeah,
maybe
that's just the person that Jason
I mean if
is.
it's not weird then I've always thought that was weird about myself. I know that I do it, but I can't stop.
Yeah, which I'm very accepting of people too. Like, I mean, there's not a lot of people that people can say to me that'll make me think they're fucking weird. As long as I like them, at least. I am fascinated by dates. I don't give a fuck about dates. What the fuck? In a social group, I can easily keep track of several different people's conversations. Slightly disagree.
Oh hell no. I'm so scatterbrained.
I'm the kind of person where if I have my own input, I can definitely like lend it, but I will just be quiet in a circle of people and just listen to
Mm.
what's going on and just kind of observe and jump in when I can. Let's see, I tend to notice details that others do not. I definitely agree with that. I would rather go to a library than a party. Nah, dude, let's get drunk. I find making up stories easy, do it all the time. Find myself drawn more strongly to people than things. Definitely agree. I don't think I'm autistic. This is looking pretty good for me.
I'm way more attached to things.
See, and recently I've had to let just a lot of things go, like just a lot of collectibles, a lot of people. I quit my job in the middle of a recession, which is not a good thing for me to have done, apparently.
Yeah, well, I have huge problems with change of any kind.
Mm.
Like it sends me into a down change of any kind sends me into a downward spiral
Yeah, that's definitely autism shit
because I
right there.
have like every day is almost the same for me. Like my routines, things like that. A lot of time, like the things I fix for lunch, the way I do things at work. Like it's almost like I live in Groundhog Day.
Yeah, I would go crazy if I did that, to be honest. Like I need to have something be different because that's the only way I can sleep at night is by
Mm.
telling myself tomorrow will be a little different at least.
I mean, I'm always looking for the next day to be better. Like I'm excited when good things happen, but if like something bad happens, that can spiral me out.
Well, I will say like if you spring something on me, my girlfriend does this all the
I don't
fucking
like to
time.
have stuff sprung on me at all.
No,
Like not I am not that person you spring something on.
no, me neither. Usually, like we'll wake up and she'll be like, "Oh, I have to do this. I have to go do this today, and you have to come with me."
Yeah,
I'm
I
like, "Well,
will.
where was this yesterday?
Yeah,
Like, why couldn't you have told
exactly.
me this yesterday?" But I will say I only need about 10 minutes to wrap my head around what's going to happen and adjust to it, and then I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I hate having stuff sprung on me. Like, seriously, this is a thing we have to fucking do now?
Yeah, I'm that way too all the time. The only change I like is if you wake me up and say, "Hey, you're going on an unless you're going to tell me I'm going on an all expense paid trip to Disney World, I don't want change."
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I'm not the kind of person that I can just pick up and go.
Yeah.
Like I need to plan, even if it seems like it doesn't matter, even if it's just running down the road to get something, like I need to plan for it.
Yeah.
Because I that's something I do. I love planning. And you definitely know that from me booking this podcast because I have like 3 months booked in advance. I fucking love plans.
Yeah.
See, I know how to tell if someone listening to me is getting bored. Definitely disagree. I could not fucking tell you.
What'd you say? I got bored.
Yeah. Yeah. I find it easy to do more than one thing at a time. Definitely. When I talk on the phone, I'm not sure when it's my turn to speak. I have that problem all the
I
time.
do not like talking on the phone.
I
I would rather stick a butter knife through my hand than have to be on a phone call with someone.
it's just pointless now. Like you just don't have to call anybody.
Yeah.
Even if it's in a professional setting, dude. Like sending a text to your phone is so much more logical because I can just look at that whenever. You can't say, "Oh, I missed your text." Like you can miss a phone call.
You know what sends me into an anxiety riddled event is
What's
when
that?
I get a text that says something like, "Are you busy?" That will. I'm
Oh,
just like, what is about to happen?
yeah. Why? Why do you need to know if I'm
Yeah,
busy?
like why? What do you have planned?
Yeah, I do hate it. Like ambiguous texting.
Yeah,
They're like,
tell
"Hey,
me,
can we talk?"
tell me what you want before you say something like that.
Right. Because my brain just instantly goes to the worst thing. Like, especially if it's someone close to me that just texts me like, "Can you talk?" Like, why?
Yeah.
About what? Do you hate me? Ooh, here's oh shit, I answered it. Fuck. Go back.
But
All
yeah,
right, never mind. It doesn't
if I
matter.
get a text like that, the first thing my brain thinks of is I'm gonna have to help you move something, aren't I?
I think even worse, dude. I think like I just instantly like for no reason like my entire relationship with that person is
I
just
was about to
over.
end.
Yeah. I'm like, well,
I
why?
always 24 hours a day. I think everyone's mad at me.
Oh, me too, dude. I read into that a lot. And I don't even necessarily care about being liked by a lot of people. It's just I don't like the confrontation of someone being mad at me because it's like, oh, I got to deal with this now.
Yeah,
Like, especially when I'm not mad. It's like, oh, now I have to get mad because I'm not going to just let you be the mad one.
yeah.
I'll get fucking mad too, bub. Okay, I'm almost done here. I got two more questions. I enjoy meeting new people. I
Nope.
agree with that.
Well, it depends. I do enjoy like meeting new people though, but
Yeah. Oh, fuck. How many questions is this? I thought it was 50. I'm on 51.
what?
This must not be the same one. I have a strong imagination, yes. Do you find it difficult to put your ideas on paper? Easy. And now the thing just changed. Oh, okay, okay. Jacob, you're almost there. Enter your email to find out your results. Well, now you're just going to email me a bunch of dumb
Oh,
shit I
well
don't want.
that wasn't the one I did. I didn't have to put my email in. It just straight
Jacob,
up
this
said
is,
it's possible you're on the spectrum because you're a third positive
well,
on these questions.
it's possible that everyone's on the spectrum. But it just told me, Jacob, this is not an official diagnosis. However, you have autistic tendencies slightly above the population. Wow. If you would like to find out how to get an official diagnosis, please contact us. You may be eligible for our free autism workplace needs assessment. Dude, imagine applying to a job and handing them your autistic workplace needs assessment. Just be like, I need it to be quiet all the time or I will scream.
Well, it's a good thing I'm deaf pretty much deaf in one ear because I don't have to worry about the whole loud noises thing.
Yeah, right. It's like you can't ask me to do anything different from what I do,
Yeah.
or I will bite your dick off. Like, I will lose my fucking shit. Dude, there was, have you ever seen someone who is on the autism spectrum like lose their shit before?
Oh yeah. When I was married, I had an autistic nephew.
Okay, yeah, I have two cousins who are autistic, but they don't ever like freak out or anything. But when I was working at this last job, when I worked with kids, there was this girl who's not diagnosed with anything, and her sister is autistic though, and the autistic sister was fantastic. Like she is the best behaved kid, so sweet, and her sister would just freak the fuck out about literally goddamn anything. Like, and she would like run off like I hate you, I hate this place over like her water bottle being empty. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like how like talking to her, you have to approach her like you do a horse. Like I literally like had to put my hand out and be like, don't run away, don't run away, I just want to talk. Like it's just a
Wow.
whole nother.
Sound like she might have had some emotional problems.
I don't know why. Like I know her mom. Her mom's great. Like what do you have emotional problems about,
Yeah,
man?
but you never know. The mom might be behind closed doors as like a complete jerk. You never know.
I don't know about that. I can usually tell that about people, but I don't know, man. It's what like that's how like imagine doing that at a place of work where like someone's like, "Hey, you got my order wrong." You're like, "I fucking hate
That's me.
you." Yeah, but that's you under your breath. Like,
Yeah.
like you at least have the wherewithal to be like, I fucking hate you. Not I fucking hate this place.
Oh,
And then just
I've
to
had
run and
some
hide.
blow ups in my life at some of my jobs. Trust me.
Oh, I have too, dude. I remember my last job when I first worked there, one of the janitors yelled at me and I threw a dustpan. Like I had regular freakouts. And I like smashed it like a Who guitar.
Really?
Like the Who, yeah, I was fucking smashing the dustpan on the ground. I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Well, we're at
I don't
about the
know.
30-minute mark. Do we want to keep going for just one full episode, or do we want to end this one, make it the episode for the week, and then we'll record a bank episode?
Let's end it here. Refresh a little bit, and then we'll come back and do a new episode with
All
some
right.
new stuff to talk about.
Sounds good. All right. Well, that's going to end the episode. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to email us at openmicerspodcast@gmail.com. We're at openmicers on Twitter and Instagram and pretty much everywhere else. Just Open Micers. Check us out. And OM Podcast at patreon.com/OM Podcast keeps us going here at the show. And we will see you guys next week.
The dustpan didn't even break. I felt like a bitch.